Of conflicting reports that are out right now about what went down with Osama bin Laden. We know he's dead. Praise be to Allah. But there are also some new facts that are coming out from a senior U.S. official today. There is a video of the raid, but it's not going to be released. There is a video of the burial at sea, but they haven't really decided on that one yet, I don't think. The body of bin Laden was taken to a hangar in Afghanistan before taken to the USS Carl Vinson. They recovered computer information that was called a treasure trove and a mother lode, according to officials in the DOD, more than you would expect from somebody worried about their security. And there were no guards at the compound. And bin Laden was unarmed. Okay. Now, we also learned today the SEALs encountered gunfire when they entered the second home where bin Laden was. Bin Laden was up on the third floor. Non-adult children were in the room with him. His wife and those children are in Pakistani custody today. We know that the firefight lasted 20 minutes, but he was unarmed. Pakistani papers now are suggesting that bin Laden was shot by his own guards, not by U.S. Special Forces. Meanwhile, the Chinese news agencies are reporting that according to Pakistani officials, the world's most wanted terrorist, Osama bin Laden, was killed in a search operation launched by the Pakistani forces. Well, I haven't heard yet if the Cub Scouts were involved. There will always be confusion. There will always be doubt. There will always be conflicting stories. But tonight, I want to take you probably out of your comfort zone. I mean, it is 5 o'clock on the Glenn Beck program, and I want you to use some critical thinking here, not as a viewer, but as the President of the United States, because I think we're starting to miss an important question. Each step we take from here on out, each step that we take, are we making the world more safe or less safe? Come on. Hello, America. We are now one day removed from learning the emotional and pretty happy news that Osama bin Laden finally had an up-close and personal meeting with the United States Special Forces. And after their brief encounter, our guys quickly arranged for bin Laden to attend another meeting with a higher or much, much lower power, whichever way you see it. And I'm happy to say the Special Forces were even kind enough to provide the transportation, just a couple of double taps, and he was on his merry way. And no one is happier than yours truly. But I want to again take you out of your comfort zone. We have to think like the President of the United States and answer some questions here. Bin Laden was one of the worst mass murderers to live, and he inspired countless acts of evil, and they will go on, I believe, for generations. I told you yesterday that me personally, this is why I'm at 5 o'clock and I'm not the President of the United States, I would have said to the guys, you know what, can we wrap them up in some bacon, stuff them in a football, and bury them under the 50-yard line at the Meadowlands? I'd even settle for putting him in, you remember Han Solo when he was put in the carbon freeze? Put him in that, and then make him part of the foundation of the basement of the Freedom Tower. Whatever, I'm cool. But everyone was celebrating in the streets, and I understand it. I do understand it. Many were excited about bin Laden's death, which is probably the wrong emotion, but I don't think that's what it was. There were sincere people out there. And I think that what happened when people were not doing this is more reflective, but the people that were celebrating, I think it's probably because we haven't had anything good to feel about America in quite some time. We keep being told that we're bad and we're evil and we're worthless and everything else. And Daddy keeps telling us that. I don't mean Daddy, I mean like, you know, our country's father now, Barack Obama. We won this one, and I think that's what people felt. Doesn't feel like we've been winning anything for a while. But be careful, because we just won one game in a championship series. And most people will fail to even recognize that there is even a series that we could lose. Tonight, I, again, want you to think like the President of the United States and not like a regular citizen or a TV viewer. But you are the person. Remember when Hillary Clinton said, and who's going to answer the phone at 3 o'clock in the morning? Hello? Who's it going to be? The phone call comes in at 3 o'clock in the morning. And this is the conversation. Now, I've split this up. Here's special ops. These are the people that, are going to say, hey, we just found bin Laden. Then there's me and you. What we would say. And then what the president should say. Now, remember, this phone call didn't happen last week. This phone call didn't happen at 3 o'clock in the morning. But let's say it did. Probably went a little something like this. And remember, does this make us less safe or more safe? Phone call, 3 o'clock in the morning. You answer it. You're the president. Special ops says, we have found bin Laden. Me and you say, did you kill him? The president should say, where is he? Answer, Pakistan. Me and you? Okay, whatever. Kill him and call me back. I'm sleeping. The president says, do the Pakistanis know? Critical question. Notice, we're all focused on kill him. The president of the United States, he should be better than that even at 3 o'clock in the morning. Where is he? Pakistan. Do the Pakistanis know? We don't know. We say, whatever, kill him. The president says, can you catch or kill him? Answer, yes. You and I say, catch him? What? President says, can you do it without A, getting everybody killed, killing innocents, and making sure that there's no video or photos of dead children anywhere? Why? Why would the President of the United States say that? He doesn't want anybody of our troops killed. Certainly no innocents. And he doesn't want any video or photos because he knows a photo is worth 1,000 words. Now, according to the White House, there are discussions about releasing the photos of Osama bin Laden, dead. And they're saying it is awful, gruesome, saying that his brain is exposed and everything else. A picture is worth 1,000 words. They're now saying this is going to be one of the most widely viewed photos ever, if not the most viewed photo in history. Now think of all of the historic photos that you have seen. There's the photo that you'll never get out of your mind of the World Trade Center, or the moon landing. Think of all of the photos of JFK. Or how about the photos of Iwo Jima? That's saying something. Think of all the photos that have been burned in your mind and what they say to you. This is going to be the most viewed photo of all time. Well, what will this photo say? The idea behind releasing the photo is to put to rest the deather conspiracy. Yes, we have truthers, and then we have birthers, and now we have deathers. That's perfect. All conspiracy theorists. And they want to release these photos before the conspiracies pick up any steam. You got to be kidding me, right? You could produce the body. They still think we have aliens in Roswell. I mean, you cannot satisfy people. Doesn't matter what you do. You think some nut job's going to believe a picture put out by the Pentagon? No. Video? No. ABC News is reporting that the White House is also considering releasing the video of the body going into the sea. Oh, okay, so we take the video of a body wrapped in white cloth going overboard. Oh, that's going to convince them. Right. Donald Trump, you want to weigh in on this one? I mean, we had the birth certificate. Do we need a long-form death certificate too? You want to help me out on this one? Barack Obama, of all people, knows that a picture and a video is not going to help in that regard. The man should, as he was giving the order to kill Osama bin Laden, that next night, he was making fun of Donald Trump from stage, talking about conspiracy theories. He's coming off the birth certificate nonsense. And so he knows this. And yet, he's still debating with people about releasing photos. But we know that a good president would say, you're not going to kill any innocents, and there's not going to be any videos or photos, right? So it doesn't make sense. Now, all of this debate supposedly is happening behind closed doors, and whether or not to release these images. This is odd to me, because you and I learned about bin Laden on Sunday night. The president has known this is coming since February, specifically, and since August, generally. They've bragged about all the meetings that they've had. Now, are we really supposed to believe that the president didn't ask these questions? Can you capture or kill him? Yes. Can you do it without getting killed? Pretty sure. Without killing innocents? Pretty sure. And can you make sure that there's no video? Well, they'd say, well, wait a minute, Mr. President, we should have some film, we should have some photos, because nobody's going to believe them. How are we going to convince people? Yes, okay, yeah, all right, we're going to take a picture of the body. Why are we debating this now? They didn't debate this before? And again, the question is, releasing of the photo, does this action make the United States of America more or less safe? And the question about Pakistan, that's my number 2 question. Where is he? Pakistan. Do the Pakistanis know? Well, now Pakistan is involved. I mean, let's look at the map of where they found bin Laden, shall we? They found bin Laden here in the compound. This is 1,000 yards away from bin Laden's house. That's it. Bin Laden's house is surrounded by 18-foot walls and barbed wire. It's not exactly subtle. The town is filled with retired generals. Pakistan's not really looking good in this scenario. Now, if you knew since August, did you not have that debate inside the administration behind closed doors and think through what is going to happen with Pakistan if we go in and take out bin Laden? What to say to them, what to say to our own people, what to say to the whole world. The administration is trying to make us believe that they didn't have those conversations, because now the administration, some are now criticizing Pakistan, demanding that we reconsider the $3 billion in aid that we give to them. Now think of that. $3 billion in aid. What do? We give them that aid because if they don't, the moderates will collapse. It would cripple them if we cut that off. Others in the administration, however, are saying Pakistan was helpful on this. Well, which is it? You can't even get the administration, who hasn't been noodling this since Sunday night like you and me. They have been doing this since August. And they have they have people that all they're paid to do is think of these things. And they can't get that one answer right. They weren't prepared for this, and they weren't prepared for the pictures. But they were prepared to have a Muslim cleric all ready to go on it. It's not like they were like, oh crap, we were going to dump his body off. Does anybody have a Muslim cleric handy? They had that all ready to go. But not the answer for the photos or Pakistan. That doesn't work. That doesn't make sense.